Welcome to an exploration of a captivating paradox, the world's happiest countries and their high antidepressant use. Today we're venturing into the fascinating findings of the recent World Happiness Report. Notably, European countries, especially the Nordic nations with Finland at the helm, consistently rank highest in happiness levels. In fact, Finland has secured its place as the happiest country for the 7th consecutive year. A remarkable achievement, isn't it? Even though suicide rates in Finland are half what they were in 1990s, but they remain well above the European average. According to a 2018 report, In the Shadow of Happiness, authored by the Nordic Council of Ministers and the Happiness Research Institute in Copenhagen, some 16% of Finnish women aged 18 to 23 and 11% of young men define themselves as struggling or suffering in life. This level is only worse in the age bracket of 80 or above. It is shocking to see countries like Denmark, Sweden and Finland, which consistently rank well in the happiness index, as some of the most depressed in Europe, according to reports. And now here's where things get intriguing. There's an unexpected correlation between these high happiness levels and the prevalence of antidepressant consumption in these countries. It's a paradox indeed. One might wonder, how can high happiness coexist with heightened rates of mental health challenges like depression and anxiety? Even though these northern European countries are the happiest in the world according to the statistics, it doesn't tell the whole story. Come, let's unfold this together. The World Happiness Report considers various factors that impact happiness levels. Social support, income, healthy life expectancy, freedom to make life choices, generosity, and perceptions of corruption are all part of the equation. These factors contribute to the overall well-being and happiness of individuals and societies. However, the high happiness rankings don't necessarily translate to a lack of mental health issues. Quite the contrary. The rates of antidepressant use in these happy countries suggest that there are significant mental health challenges. It's a reminder that high societal happiness doesn't negate individual struggles with mental health. This raises important questions about the nature of happiness and well-being. What does it mean to be happy? How do we measure it? And importantly, how do we address the mental health challenges that persist in even the happiest societies? The World Happiness Report provides a snapshot of societal well-being, yet it also uncovers a surprising correlation between happiness and antidepressant use. As we continue our journey, we'll explore these questions further, delving into societal pressures on mental health, the role of social isolation, and the importance of holistic well-being. So stay tuned as we unravel this intriguing paradox together. In our quest to understand the paradox of high antidepressant consumption in the world's happiest countries, we must first take a look at specific societal norms and expectations they have set for their citizens. For example, during a spring 2020 online survey, Sweden saw a rise in depression by 30%, anxiety by 24%, and insomnia by 38%. In countries like Finland, which has been crowned the happiest country for the 7th consecutive year, there's an underlying pressure to maintain this happiness. This societal expectation can inadvertently exacerbate stress and anxiety among individuals. It's like a happiness paradox, where the pressure to be happy can make people unhappy. Now let's shift our focus to another significant contributor to mental health difficulties: social isolation and loneliness. The rise of digital communication, while connecting us on a global scale, can sometimes make us feel more alone than ever. Making matters worse in these Scandinavian countries is the fact that the social welfare system is understaffed. Emmy Quasmanen, who works with teenagers at a high school in Helsinki, says it's really difficult to get help quickly. In the worst case, it might take weeks or even months. I think the need has increased, but the health services haven't caught up. World Happiness Report also highlighted that young people in the West are becoming unhappier. Young adults are constantly online, engaged in a virtual world, while their real-world relationships suffer. This disconnection from real human interaction can contribute to feelings of loneliness and exacerbate mental health challenges. On top of this, the recent global geopolitical tensions, increased unemployment rates, inflation, and job insecurity have all contributed to massive challenges to young adults. Therefore, if you were to inquire of a young individual in these world's happiest countries, they may not necessarily express happiness to the same extent as the older population. But what exactly makes these countries happier than others? That is $1 million question, and here's the secret sauce behind it. Nordic countries consistently rank high in GDP per capita and human development indices. For example, according to the World Bank, Norway, Sweden, Denmark and Finland have relatively high GDP per capita figures, indicating robust economic prosperity. While Nordic nations do have robust GDP per capita figures, their emphasis on social welfare, quality healthcare, education, work-life balance, and environmental sustainability plays a significant role in the well-being of their citizens. They prioritize social safety nets, gender equality, and inclusive policies that contribute to overall happiness and life satisfaction. Nordic countries are known for their stable and progressive government policies. Strong social cohesion, trust in institutions, and participatory governance can boost a sense of security and well-being among citizens. All these factors remind us to keep in mind that happiness varies from one person to another. Like many other factors, you cannot generalize happiness. It's a reminder that happiness is complex and multifaceted, influenced by a myriad of factors beyond the surface level. For example, a 19-year-old residing in Finland and employed at a grocery store may perceive themselves as happy, whereas someone with similar socioeconomic circumstances in other regions of the world might view themselves as financially struggling or less content in life. In fact, some 12.5% of 15 to 19-year-olds were jobless at the end of 2018, the highest proportion in the Nordics and above the EU average of 11.5%. Yet in comparison to other countries, there is less stress due to unemployment in Finland. This can be mainly because of the government's support to help unemployed individuals re-enter the workforce. These services may include job training, vocational guidance, education programs, and assistance with job search activities. Hence, we as a collective should explore beyond just happiness rankings and fully understand what truly makes us happy, healthy, and fulfilled. Let's now shift our focus to the importance of holistic approaches in addressing happiness and well-being. This is because a holistic approach to governance can contribute to overall life satisfaction and productivity. Happiness is not just about working 24/7. It's about having the freedom to make life choices. Overall, well-being and fulfillment are more important than being happy. It's also about a well-balanced lifestyle like regular exercise, healthy eating, and adequate sleep, which can significantly improve one's overall well-being. But beyond these measures, there's a critical element that we must address: the stigma surrounding mental health. This stigma can often isolate individuals, exacerbating their struggles. By fostering inclusive communities, we can help break down these barriers, encouraging open discussions and ensuring those who need help feel comfortable seeking it. Embracing holistic approach and fostering understanding communities can significantly contribute to overall well-being. As we conclude, it's crucial to reflect on the subjective nature of happiness and the importance of comprehensive support systems. Happiness varies across countries and age groups, with the youth often having different expectations from life than the older generation. Such nuances remind us that reports on global happiness cannot fully capture the complexity of human emotions. Remember, happiness is subjective, and ensuring complete well-being requires a comprehensive, inclusive approach. What are your thoughts on this paradox? Do you think countries can be measured on happiness? Let us know your views in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care.